Welcome back to the channel, boys. Welcome back to Colonel Diesel. If you guys are a fan of the Mega-cab, boys, we have a surprise for you today. We got 2 videos for the Mega-cab in a row. Last video, we went over all of its flaws, and now is currently semi-build season. It's about time to get ripping on this truck along with all the other trucks. We actually got a package from a really good company called Spelab. They sent us over a brand new intake manifold, an intake manifold and a grid heater delete plate, and we are going to install this on the Mega-cab today. Now, know about the build progress on the Mega-cab. This truck has nothing really special done to it. It has a tune delete, and that's pretty much it. It's our hauler. It hauls all the other trucks all across the country pretty much. So we haven't really dug too deep into the performance side of the truck. Try and keep it as reliable as possible. Basically the whole goal of the truck, to make sure it stays running. Now, today is an exception because we have a quality setup of the intake manifold and the grid heater delete plate, spacers, gasket, and of course the delete plate itself. We're gonna open this thing up here in a second, up in the garage. Also, I'll open up the intake manifold for you guys real quick. Dig into this. Now, Spelab has a couple separate color options for this product here. I went with a black. I believe they also have like red, blue, silver also. So I went with black just to keep it stealthy for now. Of course, powder coat is going to be a must down the line. Show you guys exactly what we're looking at here. Nice packaging. Take this intake horn out. Look at that. That is a quality piece of machined aluminum right there, boys. So we have our hardware and plugs. This is going to be my first major performance modification ever. That should put a testament to Spelab's installation guide here. So hopefully if everything goes in, if everything, fits properly, you know that you can do it at home too, because I'm not the most mechanically inclined here. I can build a truck. When it comes to engines, I'm slightly disabled. We do have a solid air intake installation guide here. We're going to be using this a lot today. Make sure the installation goes properly and everything is sound after everything's done. Also, I forgot to say, I bought these beater tires for the winter, just a $700 eBay BS tire, whatever. They actually look solid, but they only sent me 3 of them. The truck does need a bath. Take it to the car wash, clean out the engine bay, get the truck looking spicy for you boys. That's pretty much it. Let's get rolling. We are off. Cat just fell. That's what he gets for standing on the center console like that. As you can hear, possibly with our exhaust leak, we have other major issues that we need to fix with this truck down the road. However, Spelab sent this over to us, and we're going to go ahead and install this really quick. Hopefully, it doesn't take more than a couple hours. If it does, I'll let you guys know, but installation should be relatively easy. Oh, the old garage. We haven't been up here in a minute, boys. We haven't torn into a truck in a while. Well, I accidentally came a little close to the razor there. So we have the Mega-cab up here in the garage. My dad is working on the razor right now, so we're gonna be sharing a garage with him. We are going to get the hood open and start ripping on this intake horn. We're kind of doing this solo here. We'll see how she goes. Get the engine bay all cleaned up for you guys. Hopefully we don't have any issues with dirt or dust or whatever. This is the part that we're going to be replacing. As you can see, it's nice and cast aluminum, ugly. We're going to be replacing it with that nice gloss black Spelab air intake horn. Got the paint scratcher 9000 all hooked up. Now that we have a light on, you can kind of see what we're going to be dealing with here. The delete, or the plate, is down here beneath the air intake horn. So this goes all the way up, down through, and up underneath all that electrical stuff and the fuel rail. I don't know what we're doing with all this stuff yet. As far as the instructions go, they are very detailed. However, we will not be necessarily needing the EGR delete kit saying that the truck is already tuned and deleted. So that means we are going to be able to skip right to step 27, I believe. I'm going to go ahead and follow all those instructions, set you guys up on time lapse, make sure everything's good to go, get that intake horn off, and then we are going to have to dig into the actual grid heater delete. That seems to be the biggest issue or biggest project of this whole deal. Once we get that sorted out, I'll talk to you guys. All right, guys, sorry about the quick interruption here. I'm gonna sneak in and tell you guys about criminalsupply.com. We have a bunch of merchandise for you guys to support our channel and what we do, along with a bunch of giveaways. We've given over $5,000 away in 2025 alone, and we are only getting bigger. So the more you guys support the channel, the more you guys rep our products, share our name, the bigger we can get and the more we can give back to you guys. Go to criminalsupply.com, pick out anything on the website right now. It's a great Christmas present, a great way to support our channel and what we do. Rep your favorite trucks on YouTube. So go to criminalsupply.com and get your fresh merchandise right now. Get back to the video. All right, so we're about an hour into dismantling the truck here. The truck is sitting up right here, and obviously you can see that we have the intake horn, or OEM intake horn, off. Look at all this garbage that's just sitting down in here. And all that stuff has to be cleaned out of there, make sure everything's dialed. When we take that plate out, it should all come out without really having to touch anything. However, if you guys are wondering what the difference is between an OEM intake horn and an aftermarket intake horn, in this case a Spelab, the inlet into the engine itself is drastically different. I mean, look how open this is. A lot more open for more airflow, and this is, of course, choked back. So that should give us a lot more air flowing into the engine from the air intake and hopefully adding more power. Just lets the truck breathe a little bit more. We're gonna get that plate off and pretty much go from there. We still have a bunch of crap. We gotta move that fuel line, I'm assuming, or fuel rail, and get all that garbage off of there, get it off of the plate, get that plate out of there, and then put this new one in. Go over this when we get to that point, but you can see this open flange right here. There's nothing in the way of that. This little grid heater, this is what blocks all of the air going into the engine. This is what the entire swap is about. So this is going to allow way better airflow. I'm not sure the horsepower increase, but it should let the engine breathe a lot better. We're going to get back to it, get that plate off of there, and get ripping. So at last, about 5.5 hours later, we finally have the comparison between the OEM grid heater and the Spelab grid heater delete plate. As you can see, all this crap prevents your truck from running smoothly, or getting clean air into the intake as fast as possible. Yes, in many applications this is useful, say like extreme weather, extreme cold weather year round. This is of course useful, especially for people that aren't looking to make horsepower. But if you are looking for more air into your engine, especially with a bigger turbo, more fuel, whatever your case may be, this obviously is a gateway to more performance. Of course, if you end up down the line upgrading your turbo, fuel system, whatever it may be, whatever can help out your air is always a plus. But just for a solid upgrade, these things roughly give you about 30 extra horsepower just off the rep. So it is a lot of work, but in the end, it's worth it. All right, so here's a really good representation of how the intake horns look next to each other. The Spelab is completely fully assembled and almost ready to be put back. It is ready to be put back in the truck. You can see this is what it looks like, fully assembled, obviously with the block off plate on top. We do not have the EGR anymore. Otherwise, you put the EGR right here, but this block off plate looks 10 times better anyway. It makes the truck look and run just that much better. But this thing is completely massive compared to the OEM. I know it has a throttle body on it and everything, but right there, I mean, that's what you're buying right there. Spray adhesive, throw this gasket on here. Should be that simple. The tab of this gasket goes towards the back and the flat side of the gasket goes down. We're gonna clean the actual intake off. We're gonna get that new plate on and get rolling on the install. Well, boys, we're finally back. The first culprit of build season is sitting right in front of me, saying that it is 1:04 in the morning. Obviously, we've had way later nights. However, we just wrapped up this intake horn. Good news is everything is bolted down, everything is zip tied, everything is torqued, red Loctited, sealed, gasket sealed, everything. So, with that being said, this is what she looks like. Obviously, the workbench is still a mess, but the engine is completely back together. All the plugs and wiring harnesses and throttle body and boots and gaskets and intake horn and everything that is involved in installation, it's good to go. Of course, have all the fuel lines covered back up, all the wires remapped over where they need to be. And boys, I think it is time to fire it up. There are some concerns, I suppose, that I really hope that we don't run into, like fuel leaking or anything like that. Torque down as best as I could get it. To spec, everything should be good to go. But like I said, who knows? Like, I don't know. So other than that, boys, I'm going to clean this truck off. We're going to go ahead and fire up the Mega-cab for the first time. And hopefully there's no air leaks, no fuel leaks, no nothing. So I'll see you in a second. So first thing I looked at was that fuel line. It does not appear to be leaking. It looks to be solid. No air. I mean, I guess it wouldn't be blowing out. It'd be sucking if anything, but it's running. There's no sensors on the dash. There's no notifications on the dash of anything being unplugged. I think we're good. Don't know for sure yet. Of course, I literally just started it, but I think we might be all right. Go back up in here and see if there's any other fuel leaks. I do not see any fuel anywhere, which is good. There's no air bubbles in the engine itself. Guess there's only one way to find out, boys. Let's drive it. All right, guys. Well, good news is it's the next day. We do have the Mega-cab sitting up here. I did drive it home, of course. I did take it for a test trip last night. As far as I could tell, she runs great. I'm going to take you guys for a quick ride along real quick. And what is that? Brothers, what is that? I've never seen that in my life. I just noticed that. Huh. Not cool. Not cool. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and start her up here. We'll take a quick look up underneath the hood, and we'll see if there's any major power difference. Go ahead and double tap her. Wait for it. A little chilly out. Oh, so it's heavy using one hand. Boys, there she is. She's sitting up on top there. Everything looks to be still good. Since that fuel line comes up a little bit above, like where the factory one does, this little blanket right here creeps up a little bit. It makes it look like it's coming off, but it's actually not. She's stuck down in there. We're gonna let the truck warm up and go ahead and take it for a ride and put her on tune 5 and see what kind of air she's pushing. Like I've been saying this entire time, boys, this is my first install of doing anything like this, and it took me roughly about 10 hours of installation time. Obviously, that would change if you're a little bit more experienced or you have help, I guess. I did it completely by myself. See how she runs first. Still have the exhaust leak, so don't mind the exhaust leak. Just getting on it a little bit here. And I can already feel a major throttle response difference. It's more responsive, obviously, with a lot more air going into the turbo. It's going to be, obviously, the turbo now is the weak point in the chain here. After we get past this Tundra right here, or whatever it is, oh, it's a Titan. After we get past this Titan here, we'll open her up. Basically, there is a major difference. Like I just said, there is a restriction with the turbo now, of course. It is pushing a lot more air. The throttle response is 10 times better than it was. I can feel a slight horsepower gain. I would say about 20 to 30 horsepower butt dyno there. We are in tune 5 on this Titan tune on the 4G67 Mega-cab Cummins here. The truck obviously weighs a lot, so It's not going to be the fastest thing in the world, but I mean, just for a small upgrade, and especially feel like this application specifically would work 10 times better with a bigger turbo. Honestly, everything would. But as far as I can tell, just with a stock turbo setup and no specific tuning with this amount of air going into the engine, it's running pretty spicy. Guys, that's gonna wrap up the video. Make sure you go over to Spelab.com to get you guys one of these milled aluminum, crazy looking Spelab air intake horns. They look great. Add about 30 horsepower to your truck. They're great for amateurs like myself. Installation time could be a little bit faster, but I installed it myself around 10 hours. They supply you everything within the box that comes in the mail. It's a great kit, and honestly, I couldn't ask for anything more. Thank you, Spelabs, for sending me over this great product. Hopefully you guys go on Spelab.com, pick out your own, maybe for a 6.7 Cummins, maybe for a Ford, Duramax, whatever you guys have, Spelab has you covered. So make sure you subscribe to Criminal Diesel. Go to criminalsupply.com for all of your Criminal Diesel merchandise. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.